Tufanyi politics, tunafanya mambo ya development. Lakini mkisema kujeni, sisi tutakuwa na nyinyi, wa politician watakuja mwaka huu, session nyingine wengine watakuja, lakini sisi 40 years sisi, that's why we have older people like me. Hata nikiondoka tunaacha vijana kama hawa wanaendelea, vijana wa area kama hii, kama huyo Brian. Hata kama kuna mtu mwingine aliniambia huyo si Mjaluo, mimi nilisema unajua tuko na Mjaluo anakuwa akifanya kazi, wasema akaziniambia huyo si Mjaluo. Nimwambia kwa nini? Hadi kwa sababu ametoka huko karibu na Kisii. Hadi huyo si Mjaluo. Has been influenced by there. Lakini yeye atamuongelesha msikie kama ni Mjaluo. But yeye mwenyewe he is prepared to come and live here and work with you. He is an expert in IT, an expert in geomapping, mambo ya geography, ya kuchora, kusema hiyo project itafika mahali fulani. Tunafanya kazi na kama hawa experts from all over the world, kila mtu akifanya kazi yake, because this is work that represents a mitigation that affects the whole world. Na huko juu, huko kwao ndiko wanauza hizo carbon credit. Kwa sababu hapa kwetu sisi hatujaambiwa lazima tuuze, lakini kuna kitu inaitwa the nationally determined contributions, where the country has to be able to report back to the UNFCCC through the Paris Agreement kwamba inaendelea kufanya mambo ambayo ina reduce carbon. So that is called NDCs. So this project will account for the NDCs it is helping Kenya to achieve. But carbon credit yenyewe tutauza huko kwao, kwa sababu huko wanapigwa penalty ukiexceed your allocation from the government. Kama umepewa a certain amount of carbon limit na kutengeneza viatu for example, ama kutengeneza gari, lakini utumie nyingi zaidi, lazima uifanye offset, na unafanya hiyo offset na kununua carbon credit. Kwa hivyo hao ndio watu wale tunauzia in the voluntary market the carbon credits, ili hiyo pesa sasa ifanye mambo yale yote tumeongea. Tuko pamoja? Mmenisikia? Yes. Did you understand me? Yes. Ama niliongea Kikuyu nyingi sana? So that is why we are here. So my first question, do you want this project? Yes. Mikono juu. Okay, how many would not want this project? Mikono juu kama hautaki, tutakupea nafasi ya kusema why not. Okay, is there anybody with a question? Uliza swali, nitakujibu. Yes sir.
I just want to say that I have had a lot of good things from your explanation.
Okay.
I have been doing bees.
Yeah.
And I have some honey.
Yes.
I haven't known so much about what you're explaining. Right now I did harvest some 10 liters of
Yes.
honey.
And what did you do with the wax?
I do have some wax.
What do you do with it?
I still just kept them.
You?
I haven't done anything.
You haven't done with it. How do you process your wax? How do you get the wax out of your beehive?
Just boil them.
You boil them, then you filter it, and then you are left with the wax.
Yes.
If you talk to that girl there, she can connect you to a market for wax.
I mean,
10 kilos of honey, I think you can consume at home. But if you want to sell, we also have we can show you a market. But wax, if you have an excess, we can also show you where to sell it.
thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. They are working on several products for wax. Is the lip balm ya kurebesha wasichana. Wanajipaka hapa midomo ili ikae mzuri, wakisema Okay, thank you. Yes sir. Yes.
So I was asking, would you also be, if for example in my situation, I've done more than 3 acres of tree. I was asking if I could also be considered in the project.
Yes.
So that at least I'm appreciated for having done that.
The answer is you are here in this area, in Kisumu.
In Kisumu.
Yes. Okay, I will answer you.
Yeah, exactly.
I will answer you. The carbon credit regulations for registered projects are able to recognize retroactively, yani uko behind up to a period of about 5 years. Is it 5 or 6? 5 years. So if the trees you have planted were planted 5 years back, they are accountable. If the answer is no, they were planted before that, those ones are ineligible. However, our project does not pay cash to farmers individually for your carbon credit. We group the credits together with the rest of the credits. Nyinyi kwa group yenu munasikizana what project you will do together, funded by there. Like for example, you might build a value addition center for bees, or you might be able to decide we build a school, or let's do a dispensary. Mambo kama hayo. Now, if there is one person in the group who has done a lot more than the others, wao wenyewe wanasema huyu tutampea zaidi. Like I can give you the example of the Masai. Kuna mtu moja anaingia kwa project na eka moja ya nyasi. Kuna mwingine anaingia na eka 100 ya nyasi. Na ng'ombe zikienda kula, zinakula kwa huyo mtu mwenye 1 acre, mwenye 100 acre, mwenye 3 acres, wote at that time. Ni wao wenyewe wanasema what they would do to compensate the person who. But I like to one mzee who had 100 acres na yeye anashikana na wengine ambao wako na 2 acres, akasema why do I need to be paid more? It is my own pleasure for the entire community to develop, because when they don't develop, wanaleta ng'ombe zao zote, wanavunja fence yangu, wanaingia kwangu. But in a managed program where you have got the scouts, they are saying unalisha hapa leo, unalisha pale leo, hata yeye mwenyewe anasaidika. So the public good is more important than your personal good, and you should always be willing. Let me give you another example. When I lived in Nairobi, the first 3 months tuliishi huko Nairobi, tulinunua nyumba. That is now, I'm talking about one estate. We moved to an estate, we bought a house in a posh place, we thought, and then within the first 3 months, the children of our neighbors wakakuwa hijacked siku moja, wakawekwa kwa gari boot, wakazungushwa all over, wazazi wakasumbuliwa, etc., etc. Mimi, my children were not affected because they were not in that group. But couldn't it also have happened to my children? Nikaenda kwa my neighbor, nikamwambia we should not allow this to happen in our midst. Sisi wenyewe. Tukaenda kwa chairman wa estate, tukamwambia what security mechanisms are there? Yeye akasema yeye hawezi kufanya kitu kwa sababu that is not within his jurisdiction. I told him to his face, on the spot, I will organize a special general meeting to overthrow you from your seat, because you are not relevant as a leader. That is about one of the very few politics that I have done. And akaniambia okay fine, tukutane kwa AGM. I went, I wrote a letter to the estate, 150 homes, nikaandika barua, and I was handing out one letter in every home. We need a special general meeting to overthrow the committee, because the committee is letting our children to get kidnapped. If you accept, please sign. Mimi natoka hapo. By the time when I was finished with my rounds, 3 days, nilikuwa na 75 signatures, half of the estate. Then the special general meeting happened. When the chairman came, we had asked all the people who wanted our estate to be run better to sit on one side. All the ones who wanted it not to be run better, and we said we will vote as a group. When the chairman saw that we were more than 75 of us seated in one place, he came, he called the meeting to order, and he resigned, together with his entire committee. And we took over the meeting, those of us now who are forward-looking. When we took over the meeting, we appointed a security chair, whatever, and we ran that estate for the next 10 years. Our houses increased in value 4 times. 4 times. And we never had any other security incident. Me, when I was living in Nairobi, wakati mwingine tulikuwa tunasahau kufunga milango. Unalala tu, because it was secure. So I benefited from being part of something that is communal. The example I gave you about my village, the same. I can give you others. Some of the best assets I've ever been able to buy, I've bought them as part of a group. Alafu tunafanya kama pamoja. Kwa sababu wanasema kidole moja zidio haiwezi kuua la kichawa, lakini mkiwa wengi you can do better. So be prepared to join a group in your area and agree on what activities you'll do together, and you'll see that all of a sudden all of you will do way much better because you have access to more resources. Umeelewa, eh? Thank you. Any other question? Yes, sir.
I just wanted to add something on what the Bishop said about the bees.
Yes.
Is there a way of harvesting the royal jelly?
Yes.
That's a very valuable.
That's what I said. You harvest it with a syringe.
Okay.
You remove the honeycomb. There are people who know it. It's a different size.
Yes.
The size of the place where they put the royal jelly is bigger than the rest of the honey spot. And then you extract it with a syringe from each one of those places, and you pack it, and that is sold separately. Yes, we will train you to do that. We have a specialist in our organization who is a specialist in beekeeping, and he will train you every aspect of bees, that even moving bees. Kama uko na bees in one place, but they are refusing to get into another place, you transfer queens from here, unazipeleka kule, na mnasaidiana so that everybody benefits. So those are now the kind of things that we do. Our goal being to have young people employed, wazee employed, everybody doing a productive work during the period when the project is going on.
I just wanted to add that royal jelly, when you take it, you're going to grow old. And that's why
you are looking good. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
That is
It's an anti-aging thing. Umeona? Yeah. Anybody else? Yes, Mama. That's an excellent question that you can sit down. Umesikia swali yake? Anauliza kama hakuna red soil kwenu na unaihitaji ya kuanza mti utatoa wapi? That is what the project is all about. In our design of the project, we say that the farmers are requesting to plant avocado. The avocados can grow, but they need red soil. Sisi sasa tutafanya agreement with the investors, walete pesa in advance ili tununue mchanga. Unaona? Sasa tunafanya kazi na KFS, wanapeana by the way. Munaenda kwa forest, is there somebody from KFS here?
Yeah.
Can you please confirm that kwetu wanafanya? I just wanted to confirm that you can assist CFAs to obtain good soil from the forest and make it available for their activities in their seedling production na kwenye kazi yao ya ile wanafanya ya kupanda. Is it doable here? Yes, sir. See, unasikia? Tunapewa msitu na serikali, tunapeleka lori huko, wanatuonyesha pale tutaichiba without harming the forest. Tunabeba hiyo, unakuja unagawiwa yako. Kama unapanda avocado 100, unagawiwa ya kuweka kwa mashimo 100. Hiyo ni part of the project. So your avocados will survive and will become big because it is very important for the project. If they do not grow, we will not get carbon credit. So it is in our interest and your interest for the avocado to grow, and we will do the preparation. Yeah.
And the area where members agree that this will be planted there, maybe boundaries. If this is those areas, you find that you have out of decide not to allow.
Please step forward. Kuja ulizia hapa because unaona mimi ni mzee, sikusikii vizuri. Sasa ulizia hapo sasa. Yeah.
Swali yenyewe nimejibiwa about the name of the project.
Yes. Okay.
Ni
Ni kuboresha.
kuboresha. About kuboresha, kuna project chairman alikuja nayo kupanda miti
Along the riparian area. Yes.
and Ukiangalia sehemu ambao wale ambao walikubali sehemu zao zipandwe miti, ukienda pale sahii wako na nyuki,
Wako na nyuki.
wanafuga.
Yes. Yeah.
So vile umeeleza vizuri umuhimu wa kufuga nyuki, hata nikienda huko kuwatembelea I'll be confirming to them, lakini kuna mazuri. Upande ule ambao walikataa,
Wao hawana kitu.
hawana kitu. Na ukienda pale lao sana kuboresha, utakuta ya kwamba ile sehemu ambao walikubali miti zipandwe.
Yes.
is doing very good.
Yes.
There's no erosion there.
Excellent. So you are affirming, you are confirming that this is doable, and I can add to you kwamba hiyo fund ya kununua ya kupata mizinga inakuja as a package. So you have money from day one which you can use to get your beehive. Unalipa hiyo pole pole na kile unatoa huko. So the project also supports you to get started on something like that. Yes. Thank you. Huyo anasema example yao. Wale ambao walikubali sasa wako na nyuki. Wale ambao walikataa wako vile tu walikuwa. Good. Anything else before I invite my colleagues to continue? We can continue with questions, but for the time being, I will bring one of my other colleagues. Who is coming next? Brian, akuje aongee mambo ya the technical aspects of the project. How much carbon, what area is involved. Hiyo mambo kama hayo. Na ukitaka aongee kwa Kijaluo tutamtest, anaweza kuongea. Lakini anaongea kwa Kiingereza for the sake of recording also. Thank you.
On my side, I can take you through carbon credits, as well how carbon is involved in the project, and its importance of the project, and why you come as the stakeholders. So, so for carbon projects, we have different projects that are involved when it comes to sequestering carbon. That is either removing or avoiding carbon from getting into the atmosphere. That is the ozone layer that you guys were talking about. And when we speak of removing carbon from the atmosphere, we are basically talking about growing trees, either through afforestation, that is whereby you come up with a new forest, reforestation for the degraded forests, as well as revegetation, especially what should be done along the riparian land of River Nyando and its catchment rivers as well. And when you talk about avoiding carbon, the avoidance part of it, that now involves the use of renewable energy systems. That's now where you come when you have things to do with where you are using solar as your source of energy, and as well as nowadays we have clean cooking technologies that use solar as well. I don't know if any one of you is aware of that, whereby you use solar to cook. Yeah. We also have cook stoves that are designed to help in carbon sequestration. So anytime I say carbon sequestration, because I'm quite easy on using it, what I literally mean is the avoidance or the removal of carbon from the atmosphere. I hope that's okay up to that point. Yeah. So with the project that we are having for the Loso Nyando project, mostly it's involving, we have reforestation in the government forests, as well as community-owned forests, and then there will be an aspect of agroforestry. Agroforestry is a smart farming that will involve whereby you'll be given additional capacity training on smart ways to practice agriculture. I believe it will involve maybe planting of fruit trees in your croplands as well, and also doing the crops that you are doing at the moment. Revegetation will be done along the riparian land, that is along River Nyando and along the rivers that act as the river catchment areas for River Nyando. So to bring in the aspect of carbon, because as Mr. Wachira had earlier stated, for you to be able to sell carbon credits, which are traded as carbon offset certificate, the carbon that you offset from the atmosphere, you have to work with various international bodies that set out the international standards that are involved in carbon. And for the carbon standards that we have, a few of them, if I can just name, we have some known as gold standard. We have Vera, which we'll be using for the project because it's more beneficial for us. And also we have American Carbon Registry. So they help to increase the value of your carbon and also the revenue that you are able to get out of these carbons that you sequester through these projects. And so the revenue that you earn from the projects that you are taking onto are the revenues that are also used when it comes to community benefit sharing mechanism, whereby you've been told you come as a group and agree that we've earned some revenue from the carbon credits that we've sequestered. So which project as a group do we want to be implemented? And then the revenue is used for that. The other part of the revenue is that it helps to make the project to remain feasible. What I mean by that is the continuation of the project, things like the capacity building and trainings that will be offered, things to do with even the distribution of seedlings and any logistics or anything, the consultancies that are involved. And so to do that, we need a few things. For example, we are told, my friend here, Kevin, who will be doing some maps. I know I'll be assisting him in some work to do with that. You need to do something known as a baseline study. So to be able to have a perfect baseline study, to be able to collect that data, you need stakeholders who can help you along to get accurate information. So typically what baseline study means when it comes to carbon projects is the business as usual. For example, if you just look through the window, you want to know before you begin this project, what's going on there, what's currently happening, and how are these activities helping in the sequestration of the carbon from the atmosphere. So with this, you compare it with the project idea that you might have for the community or as well together with the partners. And then you see what will the project add to the community. That is from environmental, social, economic impacts that are involved in the project. Also moving forward, to be able to have that information, you need to map where you are studying. And so that's where the mapping aspect comes in. And also involves some few questions that other project partners may also come, especially in the study of feasibility study. I'm sure Rose will be dealing with that, even knowing your market, how your market rates and everything that's involved in that. With the baseline study, it also helps in the design of, I know you've had quite a few in the discussions here, something known as something just thrown around as PDD, somewhere in between. So what PDD actually means is the project design document. Oh, sorry about that. What PDD means is actually the project design document. And so with the PDD, it helps you to structure and also keep records of each and every step, and also it guides you on how you are going to carry this project to ensure that at the end of the project, you are there to all the standards and the policies that are involved and the guidelines that are involved in carbon projects, so that you are able to claim your carbon credits out of the project. So with Currently, given that this will be an ARR project, that is afforestation, reforestation, and revegetation, the values of the market caps around, for every tonnage, it's around 20 euros for every tonnage of carbon that you sequester from the atmosphere. And from rough calculations, also from the projections that are given, that it will be around 13,000 hectares, that it will cover 13,000 hectares and will come with a pilot area as well, and will still be scalable past the 13,000 hectares. But just using the 13,000 hectares, we are talking about a minimum of 78,000 tons and a maximum of 260,000 tons of carbon per acre per year that will be sequestered from the atmosphere. So it's going to generate quite enough revenue to be able to make the project feasible, given that we still have to do the baseline study and everything, and also to make the feasibility case to support the implementation of the project. Up to there, any questions that you might have about carbon and carbon credit, in case you don't understand any aspect of it? Yeah.
I just wanted you to explain to them.
Yeah.
Because since we started getting these short rates in my area there in Ahero, we have been receiving black rain, black water from the atmosphere. The rainfall is always black. So you can tell them whether the carbon that makes that high.
Carbon is quite involved, even as well, because accumulation of carbon is always black. You can see it even in our highways, especially in busy towns. You'll realize even the street lights, the poles of the street lights, most of them are covered in a dark coat, which comes from the emissions from our the automotives that we use to move around, that use fossil fuel. So that one also adds to the carbon aspect to cause the black rains. Yes, there will be carbon that's released into the atmosphere, but again, with this tree cover and everything and plantations, they help sequester that from the atmosphere. Yeah. Okay. Any question again?
Have you got that point? So if we plant more trees, then we may not have that black rain, because most of it will be absorbed by the water, by the trees. So we do more of it.
You can ask any questions. Hata na Kijaluo, wangeo Dholuo. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you tell them in Luo.
Yeah. Oh, in Dholuo. Okay. Let me do that. Koro, sama itiyogi fossil fuels. Fossil fuels gina gik machalo diesel, petrol, nyaka gas mar tedo. Gi accumulate giloso something. Igologi from fossil fuels. So, koro kitiyo kodgi, once gise produce the energy, gigolo energy kata ma iriembo go gari kata ngo, gi release carbon to koro gidho takia. Iro goro upong carbon. Iro upong carbon, koro iro mopong carbon ni. Carbon kodhi to mako kata ki release a lot of carbon e wall machalo kaka maracharni, pillar ni maracharni. Olokore rateng, coat with that carbon. Koro imagine carbon kobedo released to the into the atmosphere. Emomiyo seche moko ka koth ochwe no, koth chwe marateng, gi pi marateng mowacho no. nikech mano gima koth oyudo malo to oridorego. But koro kuketo project ni obedo implemented, yiende ka dhi konyou kao carbon kapok ochopo into the atmosphere, ogole from the atmosphere. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, ingi penjo. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So basically he's asking the climate finance perspective, then how we differentiate it, for how is it used in Kenya and the international standards as well, how it relates, right? That's awesome. So for the projects that you do in Kenya, most of these carbon credits are sold internationally in the international markets, and that's why we have these carbon standard bodies such as Verra, Gold Standard, American Carbon Registry. So these bodies, they help you to be able to verify the carbon credits that you want to trade into the market. And also they help to increase the value of these carbon credits that you already have. For example, here in Kenya, you've produced a carbon credit, you've done a carbon offset or sequestration here in Kisumu, and now you want to get it into the market. So by using their standards and policies, as well as methodologies and guidelines, you are able to claim that through them, through these bodies, to be able to trade and get a verified carbon certificate. For a verified, so it's a verified carbon unit, but they offer you a certificate for it. So you can trade it all over the world. That answers your question? Yeah. Okay. Or unemployment?
No.
Yeah.
You have employment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thereby our leaders are planning to create economical industries, great industries.
Yes.
We know industries emit these gases.
Yeah. Yeah. I get
So
you.
our leaders are planning to create industries.
Yes.
They emit these gases.
Yeah. Yeah.
As climate change agents.
Yeah. Taking care of that. Yeah, we have. So within the carbon markets, we have two types of carbon markets. We have the voluntary carbon market. Most of it is project-based, which is the same with what you are doing with the Loso Nyando project. And then we have something known as the compliance carbon market. So with the compliance carbon market, it's kind of a cap and trade. Cap and trade, it's an ETS system. So the European trading system. So you find that as a company, for example, if you are emitting huge amounts of carbon, and given that with any project that you can undertake, or any measures that you can undertake within the company, you are not able to lower these huge emissions of carbon, then now you fall under the compliance carbon markets. So with the compliance carbon markets, you find a government does, so it involves as well as the government, so they do a cap and trade for you. So in the first year, they might tell you, that we are giving you 100 units of the carbon credits that you can emit into the atmosphere. And in this 1 year, you emit 100 units. And that's fine, that's gone, right? But as the years go by, they keep reducing the units that they're giving you. So if in the next year, instead of giving you 100 units, they give you 75 units, but in that same year, you emit 100 units. So you have a lapse or a balance. You've done more than what you are allowed by 25 units. That means you have to go and find somewhere to buy these 25 units. For a project that has been done in any part of the world, you have to buy these 25 units, okay? So that's how they also invest into the carbon. So as this goes each and every day, as it reduces what the government allows you, what your government allows you to emit into the atmosphere, because remember your government also has, they are also supposed to be reporting the nationally determined contributions. This is whereby each and every country which is party to the Paris Agreement, that is all the climate agreement, I mean, just to simplify it, they in each and every meeting they always lay out what the amount of carbon that they will be able to sequester from the atmosphere in tonnage that they are expecting. So that's why they have to also involve themselves in climate change activities. They can get into projects, they can support projects through funding or looking for investors and everything. And then they can also involve the cap and trade mechanism, which is the compliance carbon markets that applies to these industries that emit huge amount of carbon into the atmosphere. So they keep on giving them less and less units. Then the companies have to now look for money that they are able to buy the units that they are not able to help sequester out of the atmosphere through any mechanisms that they have set within their production systems or the industrial systems as well. Yeah?
Then again, one gets past. In very first year, again, if you want to look at what I in the section, one for one. If I get here,
Yeah, okay.
Just as you are saying,
Yes.
you know these people are others.
Yeah.
And they are going to do this project of afforestation.
Yes.
And you have talked about the carbon credit.
Yeah.
So I would like you to tell them that
Yes.
at what stage are they likely to benefit from that?
Okay. They were now to start earning the carbon credits.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. So it goes on. So I'll just be clear, because the community, first of all, the stakeholders have to commit to the project, and they need to help the project proponents to be able to achieve the implementation goals and everything. And if all this goes well, it means that starting at the beginning of 5 years post the project implementation, then benefits can start. You can start realizing the benefits into the project as a community and as a group.
And that's why we want to start the project.
Yes.
If those forms are available.
Yeah.
The farmers side knowing that at this time they are going to benefit, so that they will take care of their trees.
Yes. Yes, that will be done. That is already in plan and everything. That is the letter of intent and everything. Yeah, that's in plan. And now we'll get to a point whereby now we enter into an agreement with the groups, all forming everything, inclusive of the representatives of the groups and everything. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Yes.
I just wanted to add on your answer.
Yes.
Somebody asked.
Okay.
Basically, that's why NEMA is there.
Yes.
Like emissions of carbon.
Yeah.
And that's why we regularly audits recycling companies
Yes, the huge emissions.
Yeah, so there are regulations that are there in NEPA that we usually go around the factories, be it the schools, be it the what, because we don't want that huge carbon emissions in the air. And so you have to abide by the rules and regulations at each and every site. And that's why when we are doing the assessment, the necessary stage, we have to know what kind of the engines you want to run, what kind of specific machines you want to use, and then we do audits in every 1 year or 2 years, depending on the organization and its developments that is taking place. So we don't like carbon emissions, we don't want, because we like that when we want everybody to be in an ambient environment. That is it.
Okay. Any questions? Yeah.
I would just like to applaud the organizers for having house in those projects.
Oh, thank you.
And since the project will also be encompassing parts of the world,
Yeah.
and self-government,
Yeah.
our the idea that both the other aspects of it will include like self-government.
No.
So the mobility and then the aspect of it will be other covered by the acronym.
Actually, it goes through the whole of Rivanyando. Yeah, we'll consider that, but it means like it covers the whole of Rivanyando and its catchment areas. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So unless there's any question, I think I'll invite Rose. Yeah, to also have a word with you guys. Anyway, thank you very much. I look forward to working with you, man.
Okay, thank you. How are the energy levels? Do we need to raise our energy? Maybe stand up, everybody. Let's breathe in. Arms up, go to the left. Woo! Go to the right. Woo! Breathe out. Tap your arms. Tap your other arm. Shake your left leg. Shake your right leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Out the other side. Left arm. Right arm. Left leg. Right leg. Okay, sawa. Yeah, I hope you can hear me, maybe this is better. I would like to ask some questions to make sure that the idea that we have of the baseline that Brian explained that is important for the project, as well as how you would like to see the future. So maybe just a first question, but very important one. Who of you or who within your communities have already planted trees? Which ones? What are like what is going well and what are the challenges that you face? Depending on the region, let's have a representative answer depending on the different regions. Could you explain a bit more about that? Could you share that with us? Yeah.
Those who are at the back are requesting that you can start to the microphone so that you can be audible.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe for the ones who couldn't hear me, let me repeat. I would like to ask some questions to have a good idea about what is happening on the ground at this moment for the baseline. Brian explained that that is important for the project, as well as our ideas about the interventions, so for the project. So maybe if you can help me, who can tell me something about people that have already planted some trees, what was going well, and what are challenges?
Kan dia mau cuma bel. Semuanya ini orang pakai jarak ada apa? Dia namanya sebut dia, kalau lo ni experience, kita bagi yang challenge, kalau yo Kaka jo kidien mang'eny ka ging'eyo. Koro penjo ma ng'ama nyalo bedo mowuoye. Someone is there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I've done close to 3 hectares. Our challenges that I met on the way, one was the price of buying a seedlings. That was a challenge to me because I was not really capable of buying the seedlings. Number two, the unpredictable rain. I was really trying to predict the rain a little bit so that for the next 2 days when it fall, and maybe it doesn't. So the first things that I've done was to wait, then I do the next time. That is another challenge I met. Then another one is the pests. You do it, and then you guys do the pest. Another challenge that I was also meeting is the control measures that is now basically controlling from the animals. You see now that someone, some goats or sheep, if you really don't close that area, if you get in and then they eat it up. That is another challenge that I met. Finally, another challenge that I also my argument is the diseases. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Can I maybe ask you what kind of trees did you plant? Just like fruit trees or indigenous trees, or what kind of trees have you planted?
I live in Eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. And last question, sorry, what region are you from, or in which region is this? What location? The region, the location.
Location
I come from Nyagasam County. I live in Awasi municipality.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Just on behalf of Jangroa, we participated in Level 2 project where we were doing riparian land conservation. And we planted over 80,000 tree seedlings, which grew to maturity. One, the challenge that we had initially is that there were animals who were going to drink water from the Nile. This one would sometimes damage the water, damage the crops, the trees, seedlings. So we employed the guards until the trees reached maturity that they could not be affected by livestock. The Level 2 are catalyst for that. Another challenge that we experienced is the people themselves. Once the trees are grown big, and the gap was now wide, we now split them into families. And this is a big challenge, particularly for those who come from an eco location. And Wawin, Magena area, and Katmiye, and the Stromo on the other side. So, in this particular aspect, I would like the chiefs, because this thing is a government thing. It was a government thing that was. And the people were saying, those are government trees, so nobody was taking care of them. Once we had put out, the project was over, so they just started cutting them. And we request our chiefs here, some of them are here, that once we do this, we don't do it for the government, we do it for the people, so that we conserve the environment. We make it better. I have an example where a chief was giving out letters to people to cut the trees and bring them to where they were going. I will not put that one, but I know the chief is not there. That one must be stopped. When we start this project, the chiefs are here with us, they should tell their friends that once this project is done, let us take care of it. They should own the project. Ownership of the project is a big problem. Some people may think these trees belong to one. No. Those ones are your trees when you plant them in your child. Though what we want is that they should help us in conserving our environment. Like today I was talking about, I did roof harvesting of water. And the water was black, full of carbon, because of the damage that we do to the trees. So those are part of the challenges. Otherwise, our project was a success. It was very good until those people came in.
Okay, thank you. I hope but Yvonne is writing everything down. Thanks. Is anybody else who would like to share something from another region about experiences of planting trees? Yeah?
Along the river banks, the challenge I got one last year around May. I planted biggest trees along the river banks, which was swept away by floods. And also we have residences of the trees. Right now, I planted 410 biggest trees and fruit trees at home. The challenge I'm facing right now is the same as pest systems. I've been forced now to cut all the branches and the leaves, only remaining is the stem, how to cut and spray the pest.
Okay, thanks for sharing. And what are the trees that you planted? Which ones? You said fruit trees. Which fruit trees?
Yeah, fruit trees are leaving the spray.
Which ones? Like the fruit trees?
Fruit trees are mangoes.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Maybe I can go to the next question unless somebody else would like to share. Because the next question is there a demand or a value for fodder products on the market? Because we do see the livestock in the region, and one of the ways of preventing them from going into our tree planting initiatives is to have fodder that we can feed to livestock. Is there at this moment already a market for example, napier grasses that are being sold just for livestock or other fodder products? Anybody who knows this or who can share?
Ini dia dua orang tu gawa. Di luar mau pakai tu mau beli fora. Pokoknya pakai dia juga jadi mana teman. Or dia dia nggak mesti kan mana beda macam teman namanya dua. Or dia pakai fora. One way.
We have. For the fodder crops, we have, even these among these ones, we have those who have bred animals. Cross, because the pure breeds cannot do well here. So we have improved breeds. And sometimes because of the climate we have, sometimes we run out of the forage. So we need to have those fodder trees grown particularly along the river and protected. So that those people with animals can feed their livestock there. And if we have other crops intercrop with the trees, then the residues can be used to feed the livestock, like the beans stalks can be cut and then given to the cattle. There is a big market, big demand for that, I know. Right now in our rice fields, initially we used to feed our livestock the rice stems once they have been harvested. But we did not have this machine which we have today doing the harvesting. So that type of thing, when it was consumed by the animals, it would not come back for chewing. We call it card chewing. It will not come back to the mouth. But the one we have, which is being cut by, that machine is called what? Machine learning harvesters. But combined harvester, it really does a good work, and you find that it is compressed and then taken to Rift Valley or Central Province. Mr. Wachira, I hope you have seen it here.
Yes, I have seen it, but it is not healthy to give cows rice stalks. Rice stalks contain a lot of silica. The best thing is to use the rice stalks to make biochar. That biochar returns back to the soil. It has got more value in the soil than selling it as hay. But if you feed it to your cows, you reduce the life of that cow. Instead of the cow lasting 13 years, the cow will die at about 9 years. So I don't do it, I don't encourage it, and I know people in Central do it. but they are also not getting reasonable amount of.
Me, I used not to feed my cows that way. But today, because of the I find that rather palatable.
Yes.
They like it. The cows
They like it, but they will not live long.
Okay, thank you for answering, but I understand there is a demand for having fodder
Yes.
sold at the market.
Yes, that's the demand.
Yeah, so you can harvest it in the field and bring it to the market, and it will be bought by people who are having livestock. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, a very simple but essential question. Are you interested in trying new products? Because if we are going to plant trees, for example, the agroforestry, where we combine trees and crops, are you interested in trying mango, papaya, oranges, lemon? Are you actually interested in growing them? Yes? Okay, that's good. Yeah, to what extent are you trying to try new things? That's because it is new, you have to learn. It's something that you have to be willing to do, of course. But I see you are. A specific question, are people trying lemongrasses? Is it being done in Kisumu area? Lemongrass, chai chai. Chai chai. No? Okay, and another one is the piratum. Is anybody using that?
We have elephant grass and the napier grass. They are different.
Elephant grass and napier grass. Okay. And
Let's have the forestry person help with the local need.
okay.
For lemongrass, do you know? Do you know lemongrass? No. Sure. Ile inapikanga chai.
Oh, yeah, you know what we know that one.
You grow it.
That's chai.
You grow it. They know it.
They grow it.
The cows like it.
The cows. Okay. You don't use it yourself? Okay.
We grow it for tea.
For tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For our consumption.
Let me check. I think these were my questions. I'm not sure if Brian or Mr. Wachira, if you have any more questions to ask. Okay, then I would like to thank you for answering my questions, and then I leave it, I think, to maybe Geoffrey or Professor Humphrey to take over.
So, as we wait for Professor, any questions now from what Rose has presented, myself and Mr. Wachira? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Animal Act. Yes. Yeah. Okay, that's something to do like with rotational grazing, controlled grazing or something like that. Controlled grazing, as well as rotational one. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what to do about it. Okay, yeah. But I think the professor is now here. You can take over. Before we go to Professor, Kevin has something to show you about the project area and the mapping thing. That's ongoing. Yeah. Welcome, Kevin.
Hello, everyone. Yes. Sasa mimi na Kizungu, I like to communicate with Kiswahili because it becomes easier for everyone. Sindio? So, who can tell me where we are? In terms of the location, the sub-location, the sub-county, and the county. No, don't look at my map. You know the information in your head. Just tell me. One person. Yes, sir.
We are in the east, Olua east location.
Yes. So, in this map of mine, hydrologically and according to Water Resources Authority, all our rivers into Lake Victoria. And then we are under a main catchment area, Lake Victoria South Basin area, which covers parts of Siaya, the whole of Kisumu County, Kericho, the whole of Bomet, part of Narok, Kisii, Nyamira, Migori, and Homa Bay. And you can see this small blue line. It's the Nyando River. Those are the major tributaries which drain into Nyando River. And then, uko karibu na lake, there's a wetland, sindio? So the river goes there and somehow disappears. Sijaifika hiyo place, but the Rua members know. So this is where we are in terms of the project area. During the upscaling of the project, it will go up to parts of Nandi County and Kericho. So, sijui kama mtaona. Are you able to see? Yes. So, this is the main Nyando River. From this is Ahero, and then we have Awasi, and then the main tributaries join near Chemili. Hiyo ingine naenda side ya juu, and then this other main one which goes up to Rondiani and the outskirts of Kericho. And then the KFS guys is a forest system, the Tinderet forest and also part of the Mau Summit forest. So sikupata time to overlay that, but this is the hydrological boundary of the project. During the upscaling, tutaenda up to these other areas so that we address the cause. Because huko chini, you are experiencing the effect. Mambo ya flooding, sedimentation, everything, riverbank erosion, hizo vitu zote. So during the reforestation phase, it will cover the most parts of the upper areas of Kericho and Nandi. Kianzia Koru, kuendelea juu. But for the pilot, when tulikuwa na our field the other day, so we identified some riparian conservation areas around the lower parts of Ahero and also the upper parts of Ahero to Ogilo Bridge. So, and then we decided that after the riparian buffer, kutakuwa na agroforestry, the immediate neighbors to the riparian conservation efforts. Kutakuwa na agroforestry. That's why you are here. Mtaambiwa to identify the farmers na watakuwa synthesized into the project. Any question, Amma? No question? Thank you. So,
Okay. Thank you.
sijui kama wamemaliza. Do you have anything else they can add?
Because of time, I can say a few things. Ukwe maber. Nendu winjo kaber kendo puonj oronjo malongo. Jomoyie gi puonjo ting' badgi. Tingiza, tingiza. Tingiza, tingiza. Tingiza, tingiza. Very good. The reason we're here is to give you knowledge. And I want my people to have knowledge. When you leave this place, you have a lot of work. You didn't learn for free. You have to pay fees without paying cash. The fees that you have to pay is to go back to your members and tell them what you have had. After telling them, make sure they understand the benefits. Don't force anybody. Just tell them the benefits. If they like it, tell them we are coming. Through their own free opinion, free will, to accept. One, if you have your land and you want to do agroforestry, and you want to benefit from data and science that we have, and you want to benefit from tree seedlings, then will require that you sign a contract with a project. When you've been helped to produce your fruits, trees, whatever, avocado, name them, and they produce good carbon because you've benefited from science and data, you will equally benefit in the next 10 years on what they have explained is called carbon credit. So mumesikia carbon credit, hiyo ni pesa ingine free. And according to the law in Kenya, that is at least 40%. This project aims at giving you back the farmers, not the 40% by government, but between 60 and 80%. That's our aim. We'll try very hard to give you more than even the government expects. This is very important. At this juncture, I want to get the opinion of three groups of people. One, the Kenya Forest Service. I want to hear their voice. Do they like what they are hearing? Would they like to help us access the forest? Would they help the farmers in reforestation? I want to hear them. That's number one. Number two, the chief. Have I seen the chief? I've left. You're looking. Okay, just around. So one of the chiefs to confirm to us that they're going to rally their people, and we're going to have our people on the ground to work with them. Finally, Warden Amin, and Awando for the Rua to give their closing remarks, because we're reaching the most important point. Are we signing up with the government, with the county, that's national government, county government, community lands, individual? You know, these people did not understand the meaning of community land. They kept saying, oh, it's private land, so we can, nah. Whatever is community land, and we're announcing here very loudly, is actually private land where people have agreed to do the project for the common good, isn't it? Yeah. We know from our perspective that is something we can do in one day. If the land is idle there, we'll be better. If the land is idle there, you're just having a title number. What is it for? To sign up. This land which is doing nothing, it starts bringing for you something by just planting trees. The next, your neighbor, the same. The other neighbor, the same. Sign up. So that the land is not idle. It has been idle anyway, ever since you were born. And you're going to die leaving it idle. Now, what's your use on earth? You found the land, you did nothing about it, you died and left it there. And probably your children will not even understand because you didn't tell them. So this is the time that in Kisumu, just like it is in Central Kenya, you can, where's even, can you find idle land in Central Kenya? You cannot find idle land, yet they provide you with everything. What's wrong with you? Now here is the project. No idle land in Kisumu. No idle land in Kericho. No idle land in Nandi and all the other 14 countries under LRM. We don't want people crying for food every day, yet they have all the land they are lying idle. You look funny. We don't allow people to look funny anymore. No free land, no idle land. We have the project with us here. Go tell your people to sign up for the project. It is not a must. You have your freedom to refuse. But if you have the benefit and you still keep your land idle, then I don't understand you. So you rally whether you are Rua, Kenya Forest, county government, where we think we have the Warden Amin is still here. Warden Amin left. Oh yeah, he's still there. I need you also to go and rally and tell the other, we couldn't get everybody. Tell your colleagues, the project is here and is coming down. The project is not from me. This project has been authorized by Governor Anyang' Nyong'o. And I have the letter, I'll give you, I think I should show it. Governor Anyang' Nyong'o, on 13th January 2023, he signed up the cooperation agreement. Quote me freely. So he has blessed it. As a municipality, we are carrying out the work of the county government of Kisumu by ensuring that what the governor signed is working. Tell your MCA, tell your local representatives, we are here with the project. When it ends, we have a new Nyando catchment area. You know who comes from my Kabonyo? Where's that guy from Uset? There, that guy comes from my village. He can tell you, my mother's roof, I can't see it. It's under the water. Every one of you wants every year to go and do some celebration of the anniversary. 10 years ago, my mother left, isn't it? So we go and do anniversary. You think we are going to swim and go do an anniversary? Do you understand? Now that's how deeply we feel about it, that we must protect the environment so that even as your Kabonyo, your Ambao, that have been displaced by the backflow from Lake Victoria, we can also at one time, through our own children and grandchildren, say that we reclaimed a place where generations and generations can come back and celebrate anniversaries of their ancestors. Very important. For us now, we have nothing. We've lost all our history just because we did not protect the environment. And protecting the environment does not start from the lake, it starts from uphill. Ungej minya the loss aero iwinja mok chake wi godeka shida chakore e wi gode kinga tuwoto to mane gima chako watim mane gima chako bedo godo mijingo mane gima chako yala jowa te to mane gima chako nyondra ne nikech gini okodomodo obara wawinjo koso ok wawinjo maber owinjore ondisore eru kamano very good. Now, unless there's something new, unless there's something somebody wanted to add, I want to allow Chief to make closing remarks. What I mean, closing remarks, I want to closing remarks. Well, I'll start with the KFS. Oh, Chief wanted to go, so I'll start with the Chief. Chief come, and then I go to KFS, then I go to what I mean, then I finish with Awando. Karibu Chief, tell us what you've learned and the conclusion. What are you going to do?
Thank you once more. Just as I mentioned before, my name is Alfred Ondola, Chief Kochogo location. Now, conserving the environment is one of our key roles in our areas of jurisdiction. And as such, we have got a key role of enabling the services and the operations to be peaceful and to make an environment that is enabling. At the same time, we also have got a commitment in our ministry, even to plant more trees. In fact, every month we have got a Chief's Day for planting trees. So we'll be moving along together to ensure this is a success. And whatever is being done, we do mingle and consult to ensure that everything goes to a success. I don't have much to say. As I've just mentioned, we are called somewhere else. My colleague has just left, and I'm also following what President. Otherwise, thank you.
Commando Chief. Clap for Chief as he leaves. So, during tree planting day for all the chiefs within one Nyando catchment area, Trust to Impact is going to plant with them, with the communities. Hallelujah. Bas. Next, we have KFS. KFS, Kenya Forest. Come all of you. Or you have nominated a representative. There we go.
Bas. Good afternoon. Good afternoon once more. So I am Naftali Gogo, Sub-County Forestry Officer, Nyando Sub-County. Wangapi wanatoka Nyando hapo? Nyando Sub-County. Hata na ujakuja hata ofisi yangu. So tumekuja juzi hapo. Tumeanza kazi juzi around December. So our offices unajua iko kwa DCC office, ile nyumba ya mwisho huko imeandikwa vizuri Kenya Forest Service Nyando Zone. So mnakaribishwa na mnikaribishe hata nyinyi, kwa sababu kazi yetu ni extension. Sasa hatuna mashamba kama KFS kwa extension. Mashamba yetu ni yenyu hii ndio tunafanyia kazi. Sawa? So mniite kama kuna mkutano kama yenye chief amesema. I think we shall arrange. Sijui kama anatoka Nyando Sub-County. Yes. Yeah. So kabla sijaendelea, I have my colleague from Kadibo Sub-County waja kuja wasalimie hata na yeye. Although hajapata office hapo, sijui iko na shida, manyumba ni chache hapo sana. So
okay, good afternoon. I'm Nancy Ching Stanley, Forester Kadibo Sub-County. I know most of you bado hatujui juu tulikuja hapo December and we will work together. Hiyo ni nenye chief amesema, nilisikia. Hata wameuliza seedlings tutawapea. Tumeambiwa tu watafute means wakujie seedlings. And I know. So, sijui wangapi wanatoka Kadibo? Mko wachache aje, lakini tuko pamoja, safari ni moja.
Na hapo ni kwako.
Ya kutengeneza environment yetu ikuwe sawa, and we are there for you. Mwenye anataka seedlings, you just, although saa hii sina ofisi, but ukienda hapo utapewa namba, unani contact, tunaongea about the seedlings and all about forestry. Thank you.
First, may I convey greetings from CFC. Our CFC, County Forest Conservator, Mr. Vitalis Osodo, angekuwa hapa, lakini alitutuma. So, kwa hii project, I think this is Tomato Ministry. So, tuko kabisa kwa hii project. Na mkubali hii project. Ile mtu amesema mapema, wacha siasa. Kuna ndugu yangu amesema sijui wengine walikataa huko. Mpaka hiyo area hakuna miti, hakuna PX. Hiyo ilikuwa maendeleo ama kurudi nyuma? Si ni kurudi nyuma sana. So, tukubali. Mnaona vile nchi iko sahihi. USA ambao walikuwa na fund maneno ya climate change, maneno ya madawa, tuberculosis, HIV, diabetes, wamefanya nini? Mliona juzi wa sign executive order kwamba hatutapeana dawa kwa Afrika, kwamba hatuta support World Health Organization. Akasaini nyingine tena akasema hiyo protocol ya Paris protocol ina yenye mmesikia hapa UNFCCC yenye walikuwa wanajadiliana through United Nations maneno ya climate change. Climate change kwa sababu that's a global problem because of vile mmeambiwa hapa maneno ya carbon emission to our environment inaharibu nini ile mlisema blanket. Sitaki kurudia mingi au maofisa wamemaliza maneno nyingi kwa hiyo sehemu ya carbon emission. So we need to think outside the box. Kwa bahati nzuri tukipata countries yenye wanakubali sisi wanaleta projects kama hapa, inafaa tuunge hawa mia kwa wengine wanaenda kama USA na they are big financiers. So let us think beyond the box. Hawa wakikuja tushike kabisa kwa mikono miwili. Hawakuji kupanda miti peke yake, kuna opportunities zingine. Mmesikia hivyo kwamba baada ya kupanda hii miti wanafanya kitu inaitwa nini? Carbon credit. Yeah? Mnakulia tu kwa hii miti. Atawaletea maneno ya nyuki, ya asali, ya nyuki. Kuna ngine madam ameuliza, Madam Rose, you asked about lemongrass. I know one farmer, but it's not from this Kisumu County, but the nearby sub-county called Tindret, in which your project will capture. I think I will give you that. He has done a picture. Even he has created a cottage industry to process that lemongrass to produce hydrosol, which is it is an apple, which is good for purposes of diabetes and what have you. If you Google there, utaona hydrosol inasaidia nini. So I will give you the contact of that farmer so that you look at it and give it even market, because he has planted lemongrass in 1.2 acres. Yes, and he's harvesting. So even if it's nzuri, sisi hapa tunafaa tufanye diversification. The main produce yenye mnapata hapa ni nini? Miwa. Ni miwa. Ni nini msee? Rice. Na miwa pande ya chini hakuna sana. Huko Nyando iko miwa. So you need diversification, tusione hiyo peke yake. hata tukienda mbele, umesikia maneno ya modern jigos, kwa sababu maneno ya chako iko is still rampant in this country. Watu wanakata sana miti. Imagine hiyo miti inaitwa nini? Hiyo niko na majina mengine ya yote ya Kijaluo hapa. Inakatwa miti yenye ni indigenous, imemea, imechukua miaka 30, miaka 50. Alafu wewe unakuja kukata. Tunaenda mbele ama tunarudi nyuma? Ile climate change inarudi zaidi ama tunafukuza? Tuna avoid hiyo climate, hiyo carbon sequestration ama tunaenhance? So let us be careful na tuone this is not issue ya government ati wakusukumilie. This is important to you. Hii ni kitu inasaidia nini? Wana sahi extreme dry period, extreme floods. Hiyo ni nini? Hiyo ni indicators of climate change. It's an indicator of climate change. So, and you know, issues to do with climate change, it is said, and I want this to be clear, arable land, because of climate change, is being converted into semi-arid areas. Hii area hiyo inaitwa ni nini? Ni semi-arid ama arable? Mse? Semi-arid. Unaona? Lakini ijaenda kama ile ya coast sana. So, arable land is being converted because of climate change into semi-arid lands. Semi-arid lands into arid lands. Arid lands into semi-desert. Semi-desert lands into desert, full desert. And you know from science, it has been proved scientifically, every year 0.2 to 0.5 kilometers, kilometers of desertification inakuja. So miaka yenye tunaenda mbele, kasi itaharibika. Si hapa kama nyinyi mmesema hapa ni semi-arid, kidogo itakuwa arid area. So tuone maneno ya miti, tuimiswe kama tumefanya hivyo, tupande miti ili tuendeleshe na tubadilishe tabia nchi. So kwa sababu ya muda, serikali na tunawaunga mkono 100%. Hii ni kazi yetu, mtatusaidia kwa kiwango ya juu sana, kwa sababu Kenya hii wito ya rais kwamba tupande miti 15 billion trees by 2030. Now I think we will take your part as a group, and this is individual. Uone hiyo shamba yako kama ni 1 acre, uko na miti ngapi? Have you established what is called woodlot? Inasemekana kwamba 10% of your land, kama ni eka moja, weka point moja ufinyilie miti ya nini? Kienyeji. Hapo tena ukifinyilia miti ya kienyeji uweke nini? Ile beehives. Sita inashikana. Yes. Ndio tuna enhance maneno ya maneno ya to mitigate this climate change, ambayo it is a disaster, and in going forward it will be a national security issue. So issue nyingine, I think tukikungana tutafikia hiyo 15 billion trees by 2030, lakini hii project hii itakuwa 40 years, itakuwa juu sana. So tuko sahi 12% forest cover, na by that time, by 2030 we are projecting that it will be around 30% forest cover kwa hii Kenya. So issue nyingine na ni rampant, nimesema chakula. Kitu kingine tena, watu wanakatiana miti, sijui kwa nini. What is wrong with boundary trees? Kwamba ukiweka utanisaidia umesema ndoa, utanisaidia kabisa. Ngoja niharakishe. Mtu akipanda sasa, mtu amefence shamba yake hivi, sisi kinga inaonyesha boundary. Mtu akapanda, yes, kwa panda, maybe huyu amepanda moja, si hivyo? Moja hivyo. Boundary ile tunaita boundary plant. Kwa nini mtu anarukia upande na kupata miti yake? What is wrong? Cases yenye nilipata hapo nyingi ni hiyo tu. Ni hiyo cases ya disputes ya. Sasa mtu akikataa umeniletea kesi itakuwa makosa, lakini hatutarudisha hiyo uhai ya hiyo miti, sivyo? So tumalize hii maneno ya disputes ya boundary planting. Kama kuna issue ya problem ya land acquisition, msihusishe miti tafadhali. Msihusishe nini? Msihusishe miti. So na kila mtu I think hapa wanatumia firewood. Na I think hii project ikipiki vizuri vile ndugu yangu alisema, my colleague hapa, kwamba mtapatiwa modern chicos, yani diversification, ili msione tu nini, msifanye maneno ya msione hii miti peke yake kutoa chakula hapo na nini na nini. Kitu kingine nani yako wale wa Nyando ama nani yako na tree nursery? Muko Nyando. Mtanipatia namba hizi. Imekuwa captured well kwa KFS. Na hii project ikikuja, hiyo miti sijui, hiyo miti itakuwa kidogo hasa. Watanunua hiyo miti yote ipandwe along that Nyando River. Na kuna kwa Nyando sub-county kuna pale inaitwa Awach River. I think it needs rehabilitation. Inataka rehabilitation that Awach. Sijafika lakini nimepata information. Imekuwa degraded so ile erosion imefanyika. So I think it will be all sio Nyando peke yake river, all the distributaries, estuaries, ile wanaita estuaries. Kwa hii project. So itakuwa captured hizo. Hizo sote. So mu establish nurseries. Kuna ndugu yangu amesema hapo sijui miti alinunua kali sana akipanda hiyo eucalyptus yake. Kama angeweka hapo nursery aweke tuta, singekuwa rahisi. So muweke nurseries, watu wanakuja establish nurseries, nitawapatia my contact. Kama mnataka vile wana establish, mimi niko kazi hiyo, ni kazi yangu. Na vile mtapanda hata eucalyptus na wafanyia specimen na nini na kila kitu, I will give you technical na mkujange huko nisalimie. Asanteni sana.
That is the Kenya Forestry Nyando area. When we met him in Tamu Muhoroni, they took us to Got Alila. How many remember Got Alila? How many remember Got Alila? Everyone, isn't it? We have chosen Got Alila as our sample to do a pilot there, to rehabilitate and to make a big sign lest you forget. It has been left, it has not been catered for despite the international acclaim to Got Alila. So that way we shall move, reforest the areas all the way to the Mau water towers. We're keen on that. I finished with KFS. I remain with the, what did I mean? Kwa machache. Very brief. Yeah, people need to go. Time has gone.
Good afternoon. God is good. And all the time. I'm still Omondi, Ward Administrator for Awaso Njeko, representing the county government of Kisumu. I don't want to bore you guys. I'm here to confirm what Prof said, that my boss, the governor, is aware of this project and he fully supports this project. And I also want to request that in the next meeting, Prof, I'm tired of coming here alone. If you are talking of Loso Nyando project, that the project is along from Muhoroni all the way to here. And from next time when we are having such a meeting, let's call a ward administrators from Muhoroni, Koru, Chemelil, Umbei, Aero, Kabunyo Kanyagwal, up to Kubura. Kwa hayo machache, asante.
Thank you. Yeah, they were invited, they got busy. So next time they get busy, we'll find business for them. So that's good. So I remain with Awando Forwa.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nicholas Awando, the chairman of River Nyando Lua. First of all, I must say that I'm very grateful to the sponsors of this project, and this project is a wonderful thing. You know, Kenya currently we are faced with unemployment, and once this project comes in, that question of unemployment will be long gone, because the students will be here, the youth will be here to do work every day and get their money. So it will alleviate the problem of unemployment. Two, I must say that we must all accept this project because it is going to benefit us. In terms of economically, we are going to benefit because one is that we are going to plant, to do agroforestry. In agroforestry, we are going to plant those fruit trees and our food stuff together. And we are saying that every home in Nyando sub-county will have to have a grafted mango tree and grafted orange tree and at least avocado tree in every home, so that wherever we go, we get something to eat.
Very good.
I must say, you are all welcome. Those who have not registered with Nyando Lua, please do so because we welcome you. We don't disregard, we don't discriminate. You are all members within the Nyando sub-county, and the success of this project depends on your contribution. Thank you.
All right, I'll call two people here as a wind up. I'll call Winnie and I'll call the NEMA guy. What's NEMA? Come with Winnie. Very good. Winnie Sema Machaje confirmed to us that Water Resources Authority is supporting this or not.
Good afternoon once more. Okay, on behalf of Water Resources Authority, of which I work for, we confirm that the project is most welcomed, and we are positive. We are going to support you as always. Thank you.
NEMA, briefly tell us that for locations that we've identified, you confirm that we shall get the professional NEMA approvals.
Hello guys, good afternoon. Prof, you see, the last child to go for lunch will get a slice. I think that's where you put me. But I had a lot for you. Yeah. So if you can give me some 10 minutes. Yeah. Now, to cut the story short, NEMA was established with an act of parliament of MCA Act number 8 of 1999. So NEMA has a vision of clean, healthy, and sustainable environment. Now the mission generally of NEMA is to coordinate, supervise, manage all matters relating to environment in Kenya. All along, whenever you touch ground, NEMA usually looks after you, and they will go after you if you does it wrongfully. Whether you like it or not, we are watching you. Yeah? Now, Prof, I think whatever you are doing is really welcomed by NEMA. We know it, my director knows it, and as an expert, and being here, I know from this meeting, I'll be alerting the director what the meeting was, and of course, why I should, I'm also standing here for the EIK, of course, the leaflets that I've given around. This is a professional body for all experts that are consulting with NEMA. NEMA experts have joined hands and they have one organization called EIK. And very soon it will be coming a parastatal. The bill is in the third reading. So by June, I know tutakuwa tunakimbia na hiyo blue number plate or green. So why was I circulating the leaflets? I would encourage anybody environmentalists to join EIK as a professional body. There are lots of benefits joining EIK as a professional body. And EIK as experts, that is the whole lot of experts in Nyanza. As I stand here, I stand on behalf of Nyanza as a whole, Prof, that is 6 regions, for your information. I'm the secretary. The office is based in Kisumu, and I have the data for the experts. So you can't stand here, you tell me you are an expert. I'll tell you no. So we usually work with the director, NEMA, Kisumu County, and with the headquarter region. So we coordinate in everything. So whenever there is a job from the Kisumu County, from the county government of Kisumu, first of all they ring the office of EIK. How can we get the professionals? So the professionals are here, one is standing. And to this project that you are doing, it really needs impact assessment. It really needs that. So I'm here, ready to work with you. Let us guide everything so that these our people have healthy environment. They wake up healthy, they sleep healthy. Otherwise, I don't have much to say, but I would rather encourage anybody, or being anybody who are working in waste management, all, I would have rather have gotten some more time, I would have elaborated so much. But because now time is short, try kindly, whoever is working within environment or on environmental issues, welcome. I would rather share with you my card. So as a secretary, I can have your number, so that maybe we would rather engage after this on some other issues. Otherwise, welcome to EIK. Ukiona mtu wa NEMA usiseme Jualawang. We have a lot in NEMA to teach you guys. We have a lot. Sio eti tunakuja kukushika tu because of Juala. And for your information, Prof, not wenye wako ku ofisi as the authority wako na powers. Mi niko hapa na nitaona kitu kibaya, I just give my official report. Tena ninafanya very slowly, huwezi jua ninafanya. Kesho utaona sasa gari imefika. Hata watu wa aero wengine wamejua niko kwa another profession sasa. They don't know I'm working in that field. So saa zingine nimeketi tu nasikia Jualawang, but they don't know pengine mimi ndio nimearrive that report, nimeforward. I'm just there. So to us we do it slowly to report to the authority, because in the authority, NEMA authority, we have the compliance department, yeah, who usually works in that. So we have different departments. Sasa huyu anakimbia anafika hapa, anapatia mwingine baton. That's how we work. Otherwise, thank you very much, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, the organizers of this project. By the way, Prof, I'm a student of project management. That's where I am. Yeah, I'll meet you somewhere there. We'll talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Clap for him. I want to make a conclusion and close this meeting. One of the things that we've been doing is to make sure that as we plan to register this project, we give it a Luo name. I've had a lot of feedback. We had words like Duokonyando. Then we had Losonyando. So our reasoning was Duoko means, if I understand Luo well, is returning back, isn't it? But Loso goes more deeper, isn't it? You can return and continue with making the one which was no problem, isn't it? So how many we agree with the word Loso, first of all, Loso? I was told we are dealing with Nyando catchment area today. So if we say Loso Nyando, is part of the problem why the word admin is wondering why the other words were not there. Probably our name should change to Loso Nyando catchment project, because the word catchment now goes beyond the small Nyando. So we want to agree here. We agree that we give it the name Loso Nyando catchment project. Nikare kusok nikare. Nikech manodhi nyaka Muroni, it goes up to Kericho, it goes up to the 4 counties, because the catchment is the 14 counties. So Aaron, Yvonne, we'll be having I know I'm going to have a board meeting the next 1 hour with the colleagues in Netherlands. The people here have petitioned me that the name is limiting us, that the name should be Loso Nyando Catchment Project. First, do we agree between Loso and Duoko? Loso is better. Wangapi wako kwa Loso? Very good. Wangapi wako kwa Duoko? Okay, Duoko is out. Wangapi wamekubali we use the word catchment? Wangapi wamesema tusitumie catchment? So catchment goes with it. So the name now becomes Loso Nyando Catchment Project. Thank you. Asanteni sana. Nani atatuombea? Who is going to pray? Come on, come. Yeah. Yes, we need international blessings.
Let us all pray. Our Heavenly Father, we come before you once again. We want to thank you especially for the gift of this great day that we have had here. We have been taught many things concerning our environment and our livelihoods. We want to pray for the conveners and even facilitators of this meeting. We pray, King of Glory, that it may bring back the glory of Nyando, so that all of us are happy living there with a lot of peace, with a lot of prosperity, and with a lot of joy. We want to thank you, Lord, for even the donors, those who are giving out of their pockets so that our lives may be made better. We thank you, Father, that as we now disperse us with your love. For all this we kindly pray in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Be blessed.
Be blessed. Go well. Okay.
Yes.